The GenPop podcast. In this show, St. Laz will bring you the unfiltered truth of what really goes on inside of correctional facilities, and he holds nothing back. Sometimes hilarious, sometimes disturbing, and always memorable. Laz will tell you just how barbaric, unnecessary, and damaging mass incarceration is, from the inmates, their families, all the way to the over-policed communities the cycles begin in. You can watch all these stories on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to St. Laz on YouTube at st.laz on YouTube.
What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, St. Laz. We're gonna do a super fact show, GenPop recap podcast. What's going on, brother?
What's good, my bros? I'm chilling.
All right, ever since I first even discovered who you are, it quickly became apparent that you have a love-hate relationship. Like as a musician, you had a lot of haters, but you also had like ardent fans. The comments on the jail stories, love, hate. Has it always been such like a strongly divisive opinion about you? And have you always been? Because I think that's a blessing. Because a lot of motherfuckers can't generate any interest in themselves, let alone.
I don't even see no hate on the jail shit, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, my nigga. On the storytelling shit, I don't even see no hate. You know what I mean? Any hate I was getting on rap shit, I was the type of nigga dissing niggas. I don't give a fuck. I was dissing niggas. What you need? I was dissing niggas. So you feel me? A lot of niggas felt the kind of way because I was never the type to keep my mouth shut. Not open my mouth because I was scared to get blacklisted. So I dissed niggas. I ain't give a fuck. I called niggas out, shitted on niggas. I ain't care. You feel what I'm saying? But with this jail shit, this story shit, it's so much overwhelming love, my nigga. I done forgot about my haters. I miss my haters. I'm gonna keep it real.
That's what's up. But has it been like that before me? Have you always like some of it gotta be the confidence, but have you always caused like, I don't want to say attention, but I don't know, just such a strong reactions in all the places you've been at.
I be chilling, man. You feel me? The reactions that I did cause, like I said, majority of niggas is safe dick riders. You feel me? So they play safe, they ride dick. You feel what I'm saying? They don't burn no bridges, they don't speak up. You feel me? A wise man, a real nigga and a wise man once told me, man, be very careful of a man that has no enemies.
Sure. No bullshit.
Because that means he don't stand for shit. He just go with anything. Everything's a go with him. You understand what I'm saying? So if a motherfucker in this rap game, in this entertainment industry, running around, he don't got no enemies. He don't got no, just like a nigga in the hood. How the fuck you in the hood talking about you ain't got no enemies? That shit don't even sound right, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? That's not how things go. You feel me?
No, I can dig it. But another thing, when you want to talk about the love of the jail videos or Fat Vegetarian or any of the ones where you're personally involved, as opposed to the ones where you got the mystery guest or Shy or whatever, is a sense of humor. Like, like my wife watches the Jones finds it, not what happens hilarious, but the way you phrase it and describe it is often definitely induces a chuckle. Have you always been, this humorous? I guess. I mean,
yeah. Man,
I ain't trying to say I ain't trying to have a Joe Pesci Goodfellas joke. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, nah. I always been a silly dude, bro. Since I was a little kid in school to fucking jail to the streets, I always been a clown. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just me, my nigga. Anybody who knows me, they know I always got jokes. You feel what I'm saying? I'm always fucking making niggas laugh, man. I can't help it.
That's part of what I'm getting at on the low here, but you just say yourself before all this jail shit. So what was you like before all this jail shit? Like, what was like 10-year-old ass like?
I mean, you know, I was growing up in Brownsville, so of course I was, you know, but I was a regular kid, man. I was 10 years old. I was running around. I was watching karate flicks. You heard? I was buying ninja stars and throwing ninja stars in the trees and shit, playing with sharp, dangerous weapons that they shouldn't even been selling the kid or for Belmont back in the days. You know what I mean? But motherfucking, yeah, man, I was in the shit like toy. I was a toy fanatic. You feel what I'm saying?
I gotta go totally off topic real quick. We get right back to that, but before I forget, so with all these karate flicks, when you first heard the Wu-Tang albums, would you know what movies them shits were from?
Definitely.
See,
Definitely.
I wouldn't. People had to put us down on that. But all right. So back to you, because you know what made me even think of all this. You put up, I think it was a picture of a GI Joe. Like you had a fresh, was it a Snake Eyes?
What shit is that? That was my son. That was Destro. Like, I'm already slipping. He falling his shit, gun coming out his hand, briefcase falling. This is why I want to take the nigga out the pack. But yeah, man. I'm about to start getting my old G.I. Joe collection back, man. Real talk. You know, these shits is remakes. They remake the joints over. It's the same joints, but it ain't that original 1986 type of Hasbro, whatever the fuck type vibe. But you know what I mean? This shit.
You was on the jump ranking your top cartoons one time, right?
Yeah, this that nigga Destro right here though. You heard? Yeah, I'm about to get them all, bro. I ain't playing no games. I'm not playing no games. Watch, you want to see? I'm about to get that nigga Serpentor. I gotta get Serpentor on his vehicle and all of that. Like, I see somebody on eBay selling that shit for 100 cash. I'm just gonna have to bite that bullet and get that shit. I'm gonna have to buy that Zoom shit too. That Zoom shit, cause I need something that catches professional audio in the streets. Cause it's about to be summertime. I can't be in the crib. But yeah, bro.
But you know, like I was saying, I remember on the I think it was Instagram. You didn't you bring cartoons? You had like Thundercats, GI Joe, Transformers, He-Man's. I remember you ain't have. I think Voltron was the other one. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, like I know what meme. I think it was a meme you talking about, but you know that's a hard one, bro, because you know Voltron, like it got to be a top 5. It can't be a top 4 because you know what I mean. It's GI Joe in no particular order. It's GI Joe, Transformers, He-Man, Thundercats, and Voltron. I think that's the ones I had.
What about Visionaries? See, people be forgetting the Johnson that they had the thing on their chest, and if you rubbed it, it showed like what animal they turned into.
Damn, I forgot about that shit, my nigga.
And then nobody ever says GoBots. Like GoBots themselves fucking suck, but the cartoon was like
Visionaries had a cartoon though.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that shit. But I had the toys. I know that. I think I had the toys on that. We looked that up. But yeah, GoBots. Now I was fucking with GoBots. They was a knockoff Transformers.
They was cheap as shit though. You know what I mean? The actual toy.
Yeah, but I fuck with GoBots, Leader One and them niggas, Scooter. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on it, my nigga. I'm getting all of that shit, man. This is why when you a kid, you got to keep your toy collection up because when you get older, you gonna want all of them shits back.
Shit, no bullshit. No bullshit. Old polo shirts too, bro. I'd be mad polo shirts. I wish I had kept fresh.
Forget about it. I lost polo shit. That shit worth thousands of dollars now.
Man, no cap, me too. Or if I ain't lost it, I just wore it out when I should have just kept it on chill status and just brought it out like every 10 years or some shit. But you know, another genre I remember you talking about was you was into the comic books like that.
Definitely. I'm looking at these Visionary toys right now. It's just crazy.
Yeah, people forgot about the Visionaries. The Visionaries was that shit.
I forgot completely about them. But I'm looking at somebody right now, got all 8 of them, $115. This shit's just looking crispy.
Damn. Yeah, I could definitely rock with that. What was the comics you was reading?
He got joints with the chest piece missing.
Oh nah, you can't have that.
Now because you used to be able to snap that out and put another one in.
Yeah. Yeah, because then like the Bama could be a tiger or a bear or some shit.
You see this?
Yeah, visionaries.
That shit is one of them dudes. Damn, I forgot about them dudes, man. I gotta step my shit up.
They reboot that shit, it'd be diverse as hell. They'd be the diversionaries.
Check that out. Join on the shit.
I think I had Homeboy right there.
I don't remember no cartoon though, man.
Oh, I definitely remember the cartoon.
But
it came out the same year as Joan Dad, Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Wayne Gretzky. They came on like either one was first and one was second.
That's like Silverhawks. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like Silverhawks.
Oh, I forgot about Silverhawks.
I wasn't really fucking with Silverhawks like that because it came on in conflicting times with other cartoons.
You just had to wait till you seen all the new Jones one and wait for the the next run on the next network. That's how it used to have to be.
Damn, I'm looking
at you get that before they had new episodes of the shit you like the best. You know what I'm saying?
I was in what's the name the other day. I seen them niggas. They got the old school He-Man dolls back out, like the action figures. They got them shits back out. I'm looking at a dude collection right now. He got the official shit. He got Ram Man. He got
Manny Faces.
He got Moss Man. Remember Moss Man that was covered with green, like green fur. He got many faces. He got Skeletor. I buy this nigga whole collection. He got She-Ra.
Yeah, see, that's what I was about to say. My daughter watched the new She-Ra. It got Skeletor as the villain. So I'm sure there's like a new interest in all that shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's a Netflix joint. That shit.
I remember this He-Man nigga right here, the one that looked like a bumblebee. He was the one that didn't sell the most. I used to see his ass in the store all the time. Nobody bought his ass.
Yeah.
Sit up in there.
Ironically, sometimes those end up being the most valuable ones because no one ever bothered to keep them.
Yep. So people don't got them shits. I'm looking at Silverhawks right now too. All right, I'm zoning off. But yeah, these Silverhawk toys official.
See, I don't remember what Silverhawks is.
Silverhawks was a very strong cartoon back in the days, but like I said, I didn't pay it too much attention because, if I'm not mistaken, it came on at the same time Voltron came on, and it wasn't no
question.
Voltron.
Yeah,
that wasn't happening. You feel me? But niggas don't know, man. It was the spaceship Voltron and the Lion Voltron. You heard, like, it wasn't just the Lion Voltron. You had the spaceship Voltron too. That shit was fire too. I used to watch both of them, spaceship Voltron and the Lion Voltron.
You ain't never tell me about the comic books though. Which was the ones you fucked with?
My comic book game is through the roof, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with everything. I never been a big DC fanatic. I'm gonna keep it real. My pops is a DC fanatic, more of a DC fanatic, and he fucks with Marvel, and I'm the opposite. I'm a Marvel fanatic, but I fucks with a little bit of DC here and there. You understand?
Yeah, I was like that too.
Only DC shit I ever really followed was Firestorm. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just the Nuclear Man. And that's just because the nigga costume was bananas. Because I never was a big fan of DC costume game, man. Word up. I wasn't feeling a lot of the mixed characters. But you understand what I'm saying? Over the years, now that I got older, I like a lot of DC characters and their backstories and shit like that. Like Batman. I understand that Batman is the ultimate superhero of all time. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's just a regular dude, man. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, son is the ultimate. My pops broke that down to me. I used to be like, yo, I like Batman, but he don't got no powers and shit. You feel me? And my pops was like, that's what makes him the illest nigga in the motherfucking world. He don't got no powers. He just using straight technology and money to fight crime, and he's a fucking millionaire. He don't got to do that shit. He's out there fighting motherfuckers, niggas in the streets. He could be in a mansion somewhere. He's a real superhero. You feel me? I thought about that. I was like, yo, you know what? You're right, man. I mean, the nigga is like the ultimate superhero. Like, you know what I mean? Son is dope. But so as I got older, I realized that Batman is the greatest. You heard, but I was a big Daredevil fanatic. You know what I'm saying? Major Daredevil fanatic. Major. You
Yeah.
understand? Not average Daredevil fanatic. I'm talking about go to the comic book convention and dig through 14, 15 crates of comic books and take every Daredevil that the nigga had. You understand what I'm saying?
Those are some of the best though, bro. Frank Miller and all that shit. You know, the dude who made 300 got to start writing on Daredevil. Those is considered like the best ones, and he made Sin City and all that shit. And then when they had like the good classic Batmans and the Jokers, that was the same homeboy that made Daredevil pop in DC. He gave him more money. Frank Miller, he ill as shit.
I remember Frank Miller. He was the best that ever fucked with Daredevil. You understand what I'm saying? That's when Daredevil was in his prime. But it's like, yo, I fucked with Son, and it's like, you know, there was a lot of spin-off comic books from out of there. Like we had, you know, the Punisher. You feel me? If I'm not mistaken. Like I don't know.
He was in Spider-Man first, but he was then in Daredevil. He was before he ever had his own series. That's facts.
But yeah, I mean, I know I probably learned about the Punisher through Daredevil though, and Bullseye, Cloak and Dagger, if I'm not mistaken, because we talking about like, you know, a lot of dudes that was in New York, like Cloak and Dagger was in New York, Spider-Man was in New York. You feel what I'm saying? So anybody who was really in New York, they was running across Daredevil. You feel me? Yeah, that was the Son was the greatest though. I mean, they have yet to make a Daredevil movie that I mean, well, he did 100 times, but
the Netflix show, bro, I swear to God, it does have its ups and downs, but out of all the Marvel shit that's ever came out, it got the best action sequence. The shit where he's like walking through a prison and it's like this long ass 20-minute nonstop, one camera, one shot, one fight after another, brutal ass shit, breaking bones. That Daredevil show on Netflix is pretty solid. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's the best shit ever, because like I said, it do got its ups and downs. And then, you know, like that Marvel shit, they always gotta have the comic relief, and some shit don't need no comic relief. You feel me?
What's that comic relief?
Like, you know, a motherfucker that's always like making little jokes, or you know, in the Daredevil case, they got the Foggy Nelson dude, and he always like doing something silly, or
what you mean, like
having a wisecrack.
Character in the show?
Yeah, a character that's only job is like to be funny every now and then, so it don't be too serious.
Yeah, I'll be one. This shit's serious, bro. The Ultimate Punisher. You remember that old Punisher movie
with Dolph Lundgren?
Was it with Dolph Lundgren, the one that came out in like '92?
It was on TV, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the movie, like the old.
Yeah, it was with Dolph Lundgren, and he wasn't allowed to wear the skull, right?
Yeah, that shit was the greatest. That was the greatest Punisher movie of all time.
You know the one that got Thomas Jane in it? Yeah, I think it was like.
I know I've seen a couple of them shits, but that
it got John Travolta in it as a bad guy. You ever seen that one?
Nah.
See, it's an eye movie, but the John is geeked out is it's all in Tampa. And when I moved to Tampa, I was recognizing all this shit because I seen it in the Punisher movie. And I don't know, that shit don't got no point, but that shit was geeked out to me. They say motherfuckers be down in Georgia going to all them Marvel sites and shit.
That 90s motherfucking Punisher movie, that shit was outstanding.
Word. So like,
I watched that 100 times. I watched it another 100 times.
So, you know, if anybody ain't get the point of all this shit, Laz ain't just nobody that's no rapper, somebody that beats with rappers, or somebody that went to jail or prison. Laz is a human being. And that was basically the point, my brother. Because I think a lot of times people don't get to see just the regular side. You know what I mean?
Nah, man. I mean, I'm a nerd at heart. You heard? I'm a comic book I'm a comic book motherfucking Marvel, Transformer, G.I. Joe kid at heart, man. You heard I'm a Gemini, man. We youthful motherfuckers, but I'm definitely a kid at heart, my nigga. Like, you know, I'll buy shit to fuck with myself. You feel me? Like, I'll buy a Destro just to fuck with the nigga myself. You heard? So it's like, that's what life is. That's the good part of life, my bro. When you could just, you know, enjoy the little things in life. I don't need all
because it ain't all jail and prison shit. And like, you know, one thing people might, you know, get in their head that, oh, you the jail guy or you the prison guy, but you also the ain't going back to prison guy too, which motherfuckers don't know how hard that shit is.
No, I ain't never go back up north. I mean, I'm good. But even when I was in jail, my nigga, even when I was in prison, I used to make my mom send me fucking GameStop magazine, fucking comic books. Fucking niggas used to know me for that. Like, this nigga began comic books in the mail. I ain't never stopped. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, when I was in jail, I was still having Daredevil comic books and Spider-Man comic books sent up to me. My mom's like, yo, I need to send me the latest 5 Daredevils and the latest 5 fucking Spider-Mans. You feel what I'm saying? Now I have a collection of them shits in the jail. I used to be letting dudes read them shits and shit. Like, I mean, and I be making my kids read comic books. Like, you feel me? Because the vocabulary in them shit's through the roof. That's how
the adjectives and shit, no bullshit. I did learn mad words from comic books. You ain't never lie. I never even thought of that.
I think I was reading on college level when I was in 3rd grade. When I took a aptitude test and all of that good shit when I was a kid, the niggas came back and told my moms I was reading on 12th grade level when I was 10. And I was 9, or however you are, however old you are, 8, however old you are when you in the 3rd grade. You feel what I'm saying? I was reading on a fucking college level. You know why? Because all I read was fucking comic books, my nigga. Daredevil.
So then let me ask you this thing, because this used to happen to me. I'm curious if this happened to you, because I was at it on accelerated reading level too. Did you ever get frustrated that like them shits would be over too quick?
What, comic books?
Yeah. Like I get done reading them too fast.
Listen,
and wish there was more of them shits.
Listen, this is why I used to go to I forgot the name of this comic book store that's in Manhattan. I think it's Midtown. Yeah, Midtown Comics. I used to go to that shit, my nigga. And you know, they be having the bins where, you know, comic books that's dumb cheap that nobody really wants. And I go in that shit, my bro. I'll be buying $20. This was in the 80s. I'll be buying even in the 90s, the very early 90s. I'll be buying $20 worth of. I go in the bin, it just be like $3, $4, $2 for $1. They be bugging the fuck out. I get them niggas $20 and I just leave with a stack like this. You heard that? Like 12 Daredevils, 10 X-Men. I was reading. See, I'm different. My shit was fucking with Cloak and Dagger. They got a series on Hulu. I watched the first episode, but I can't. Like I said, like, you know what I mean? Certain comic books, man, I can't really get into the TV show with them. But I used to read Cloak and Dagger viciously, and I used to love Cloak and Dagger. And I used to read a character named Moonlight.
Moon Knight. He coming out with a show.
Firest costume on the planet Earth. You understand what I'm saying? I learned about him through Daredevil, if I'm not mistaken. He was in the Daredevil, and that's how I found out about the nigga. But Moon Knight, I used to fucking read Long Shot. Certain shit niggas ain't gonna remember, my niggas. But you know the nigga from, I think that's the nigga from, what's the shit with the little wood creature?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's Marvel or DC?
Marvel. They're from the 70s, bro. But I ain't never heard of them until the movie.
Is that Long Shot though? Is that his name?
Nah, that's Star-Lord. Rocket Raccoon, Groot. And see, now I'll be all sexist because I can't remember the girl names. I know one of them is always so down.
Let me tell you, the old school Marvel name characters, just dumb sexist and racist.
Yeah.
Crazy, you know, that was the 60s and the 70s and shit, but like I got a Marvel universe in my crib. They ODing, son. Pie face with an Asian character, like they ODing, but you know, there's a lot of things going on then. But yeah, man, shit crazy. But there's a lot of shit in the Marvel old school Marvel comics and shit. It was a lot of stereotypical shit, stereotypes. You understand what I'm saying? Marvel and DC, all of these comics. But
you say the same thing about wrestling though.
Hell yeah! Oh, come on, bro. Kamala. You understand what I'm saying?
The Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik, motherfucking
shit, gorgeous ladies of wrestling. That shit was terrible. And that shit was on some other shit. Mount Fiji, little Fiji.
Come on, my nigga. Come on,
everybody in that joke.
How Macho Man Randy Savage used to be treating Elizabeth. That shit could never fly today.
Oh yeah, hell no. Nah. Yeah, you watch the old shits of that. I mean, mad shit be like that though. But I mean, it is. We ain't have shit else to watch, so I guess can't nobody judge us for that shit. What the fuck else was we supposed to watch?
Listen, when I step up, when I step out there on that stage, when I get in that squared circle, in WrestleMania 14, you're gonna see what the Macho Man can do. Isn't that right, Elizabeth? That nigga was crazy, son. Forget about it. That's when wrestling was wrestling. Let me tell you something.
He used to shake the shit out of her too.
Were you talking to Hulk? He'd be like this. Oh yeah, the Macho Man. I remember the first match that nigga ever had in the WWF, my nigga. That shit was legendary. Cause I used to like my step pops, man. That nigga had me watching AWA way before NWA and WWF and all of that good shit. It was
that's like with Flabby Bammers and shit. Yeah, I know about it.
No, AWA was the realest wrestling on the fucking planet. WWF came in with the theatrics and the dumb shit. But AWA, that shit wasn't no gimmicks, it was just niggas banging. And that's where the Road Warriors came from. You understand what I'm saying? The Road Warriors was in the AWA. So we used to have to watch that AWA to see the Road Warriors, and they was the hottest niggas in the game. Ric Flair, all of them niggas came from the AWA. When they went to the WWF, that's when the theatrics started and all that. But I remember when Macho Man had his first match, and that nigga jumped off the top rope and smashed somebody, and all the managers came out, Mr. Fuji. You understand what I'm saying? All of the managers came out like, who
Captain Lou Albano and shit.
Hell yeah, that shit was legendary. And that nigga was like, I got a manager already, Elizabeth. You heard? That shit was fire. But that's when that shit was fire, bro. You understand what I'm saying? I was a wrestling fanatic. Forget about it, nigga. Forget about it. I was a Hulkamaniac. You heard? I was a Hulkamaniac. Now, I mean, forget about it. I was fucking with Mr. T heavy. When Mr. T was fucking around. You understand what I'm saying? Like
$1 Million Man and Virgil.
$1 Million Man. Mr. Perfect was my favorite.
Zeus before he was Devo. Ravishing Rick Rude.
Roddy Piper. Now, I mean,
Ultimate Warrior was my favorite.
Yeah, that's when, when Ultimate Warrior came in, that's when I was starting to slide out of wrestling, and that was the new generation of wrestling that was coming in, the Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that. But when I was really fucking with it, that's when it was the Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, Nikolai Volkov. You understand what I'm saying? Junkyard Dog, SD Delivery Jones. You understand what I'm saying? Special Delivery Jones, motherfucking Bob Backlund. You feel what I'm saying? Bob Backlund was my favorite nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Bob Backlund. He was the king before Hulk Hogan. You understand what I'm saying? It was Bob Backlund. Then
you ain't never got none of them Jones, did you?
Nah, I always wanted to though. But I
only got to go to one. It was a DC Joan. It was in DC and it wasn't on TV or nothing. So like the best wrestler there was like some C-level Bama.
I went to sumo wrestling.
Chat.
I seen sumo wrestling in real life in Madison Square Garden, but that shit was fired on. Me keep it real with you, my nigga. Sumo wrestling is fire. If you go to a sumo wrestling event, that shit be popping, my nigga. The niggas be banging.
Yeah.
They be banging.
Yeah,
Sumo wrestling, they be banging,
facts.
bro. That shit is fire. I mean, but yeah, bro.
You don't watch like UFC or nothing, do you?
Now, I mean, I told you I used to do the theme song for Pride Fighting. So when I had the theme song of Pride Fighting, I was watching that shit too brutal for me, my nigga. I'm gonna be real.
I was about to tell you look up if you like sumo wrestling. I was about to tell you look up Glory Kickboxing. You can watch them jumps for free on YouTube. But if you don't like brutal, that shit is brutal.
Yeah, I used to watch all of that shit. I'm talking about like nowadays, I can't watch all of that.
See, I'm good with combat sports, bro. I stopped watching like the knockout videos and shit on social media.
Even boxing, like we lost so many boxers in the last couple of years, man.
Man, there'll be no good boxing matches.
That shit be rough. I mean, it'd be great boxing matches, but they be underground. It'd be some wars.
So underground, I ain't never heard of them.
It be wars. Niggas don't even be knowing. Like on motherfucking ESPN and shit like that. It be wars, my nigga. It be wars from fighters that 5 years from now, they gonna be that nigga. You understand?
I mean that might be true, and I gave it mad chances, but it'd be too many duds. I mean, boxing is too much about protecting the motherfucker, so we got to undefeated record so we can get a title shot. That should be fucking it up. The UFC, they be making them go at each other.
I mean, some boxers ain't like that though. Some boxers, they ain't ducking no fights. You understand what I'm saying? You got some boxers out there, they ain't ducking no fights, my nigga.
And there's some good boxers, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford,
but you also gotta understand, Tyson Fury. You also gotta understand that there's also a business too. It's like if you got the title, right? You the title holder, you get a certain level of money per fight, right? You're not really trying to drop back down to the contender bag. You want the champ bag. So when the nigga be a champ, he ain't in a rush to fight every motherfucker because another nigga might, if there's another contender that it's a high possibility he could win, nigga trying to hold on to that bag. So for at least 2 years, a nigga gonna want to tour, go around places, tour the world, see the world as the heavyweight champion of the world or as the lightweight champion of the world. He gonna want to go around and introduce himself, get money, make connections, and secure his motherfucking his bag for the rest of his career while he has the belt. So it would be foolish to have the belt and you jumping in the ring with a nigga every 8 months. You understand what I'm saying? That's a murderer. So you gotta take it easy, my nigga. You gotta defend your title 2 or 3 times, win. You feel what I'm saying? Not easy fights, but fights that you know you could win. You understand what I'm saying? And go get your bag. Get that money from winning them fights. Get that money from your endorsements. Niggas ain't gonna be giving you endorsements if you don't have the belt. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you win the belt and in 8 months you get knocked out, now Pepsi pulling back, the motherfucking the Gap, Levi's pulling back. You're not the champ no more. So you gotta protect your endorsements. You gotta protect your bag. So shit becomes a business, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand why some dudes, they be chilling and it seems like they ducking niggas, but it's they trying to get to their bag. And once they secure their bag, then it's on. You feel what I'm saying? But shit be rough, man.
Shit, before we get out of here though, let me ask you some I mean, I'm not gonna call them GenPop questions now. We just gonna say web series, bro, because you gotta rack up now. So like I know you've been concentrating on the Brooklyn legacy a little bit more recently. What is there any particular reasoning behind that?
Nah, man, I put out the content as I get it, man. Like, if I do an interview with a dude and that shit is an hour long, I got 3 different episodes that I'm gonna put out. So I put them shits out. You feel what I'm saying? And I can honestly say, when I put other stuff out like Rikers Island Legends, Brooklyn Legacy, they may get less viewership, it may get less views and less interaction as my straight shit, but I don't care because it ain't just about views. It's about fucking dope ass content
and preserving that shit.
Yeah, like I'm talking about excellent. That's all I care about, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I have now, I'm keep it real with you. I have now become obsessed with getting the dopest fucking content I can get. Like, it's an art now. It's a new art form that I'm into. Like, not only do I need the interview and the story, but I need that shit to be fucking legendary. You understand what I'm saying? So everything, every upload, I need that shit to be legendary content, at least to people that's from, you know, or, you know, it may not be legendary to everyone from around the world in the country because they don't understand certain things, but I know what's legendary. So, you know what I mean? Brooklyn is tuned in, New York is tuned in. You feel what I'm saying? I got people from all around the world watching this shit. I mean, the country watching this shit. I'm happy. I appreciate the shit. The world too. You feel me? Because niggas be checking in for Bahamas and France and things of that nature in the UK all the time. But I mean, the bottom line is though, bro, content. Dope ass content. That's all I care about, my nigga. Even when we doing shit like this, the type of shit we speaking about, this shit is dope content. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's all I care. As long as I'm doing that, I can't be mad. As long as I got something of substance for people to listen to that's dope, that's all I care about, my nigga. Real talk. But nah, that Brooklyn legacy means a lot to me, my nigga. You know what I mean? Because there's so much untold stories in Brooklyn. Like, somebody hit me up today, I'm gonna read you this shit, it's just dope. You know what I mean? Somebody hit me up today, he said, and this is exactly why I'm doing this. That's why I'm gonna read this. Hold on, did I forget to respond to this? Yeah, but like, this dude hit me, he was like, yo, salute my brother. To me, the best thing to watch in this YouTube was Kev Mack videos from the West Coast. His formula of breaking down history of hoods out there and interviewing OGs was a winning formula. Your joint is just as good as his, and I salute you, my brother. We needed something like this for Brooklyn because the majority of your joints is about Uptown, in my opinion. Shedding light on the almost forgotten history of Fort Greene. Your pieces on Saquon is a plus too. Look, seeing where the channel goes, my brother, salute. You heard? See, this is what I do this shit for, my nigga. You understand? I just do it for dudes like this that gets it, that get it out there. I'm just trying to put out historic Brooklyn shit that if we don't speak about these things, these stories will be lost and forgotten forever. You understand what I'm saying? And that goes not just my city or my hood, but everybody's city and hood. If you don't document your hood's history, that shit gonna get lost in the sauce, my nigga.
Yeah, the system damn sure ain't gonna document it. They're gonna document that shit with arrest records and indictments and arraignments and convictions.
Exactly. So, like, I'm getting, yo, bro.
They're gonna document that shit with documents.
Straight up.
Now, what I want to ask you though, I don't want to be messing the names up. It's Saquon and Shaw, and I think there's another unnamed gentleman. How did you get these cats to do interviews with you? And then now that they've got a few under their belt and they've seen the response, how do they feel about the reception?
Yeah, the main dudes I be doing interviews with is Saquon and my dude Murder from Brownsville. Murder, Saquon, and then, you know, I had Foul on the show. I had my bro Shorty Blood on the show. You understand what I'm saying? And my dude Wise is from Bed-Stuy. Like, they loving Wise. And I'm loving this shit, bro, because all of these dudes is getting a fan base. Like, people hitting me up like, yo, I love Wise stories. Yo, I love Saquon. Yo, Murder is the best dude. Like, dudes is getting their own little fan base. And I love that because all of these dudes is dudes that, I mean, some dudes reach out to me. You understand? Some dudes reach out to me because of the content they see me putting out and they love it. They hit me up. Like, my dude Wise, he was a dude that I met him. He was like, yo, I never commented on a video in my life. You heard? But I'm commenting on your shit. I feel what you're doing. And then me and Son started building and he gave up some stories. You heard? And like I said, this shit is therapeutic to people, my nigga, because this is stuff niggas never spoke about to other people. even in their own family, their kids, everything. Like people never heard of the stuff that a lot of dudes had to go through. But dudes like Saquon, we was locked up together. You understand what I'm saying? For a while. That's my man. We was in the same jail together, and we became real close in the penitentiary. I mean, we was in the same dorm together, and murder the same thing. Me and son was in this penitentiary together, and in the streets together too. You feel what I'm saying? And we was in the streets. I mean, me and son that went through shit in the streets and all of that. You feel what I'm saying? And then he went to the feds, and he had 30 years in the feds. When that shit got signed when Trump was in office, where they changed some of the laws of the fair unsentencing, the sentencing guidelines, that nigga time got cut from 30 years to like 20 years. And basically he had like 17 in, 16 in. So they let him go home on federal parole or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So because of that shit that got signed into effect, he came home basically matter of fact, I think he only came home like 7 years earlier. He came home like 7 years earlier than what he was supposed to. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a blessing.
Was it? You understand? So he came home. I didn't even know where he was at. He was missing. I didn't know where the fuck he was at. I was searching databases. I had the wrong last name. I couldn't find the dude. I thought he was dead. And the funny shit is, I swear to you, right when the nigga hollered at me and came home, I had just put out a song where I shouted him out in the song, saying like, yo, where you at, my nigga? Like, you disappeared off the face of the earth. What happened? I can't find you. I ain't know son was in the feds with all of that time. You feel me? So
law of attraction.
Yeah, I mean, so that shit was crazy, bro. So after I put out that song, that nigga reached out to me. I couldn't believe it. So that was my man in the pen. He was in the streets. So me and that nigga always had a strong connection like that. Pause, you heard? But he don't fuck with even in the can. He was the type of nigga like we don't fuck with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like he type of nigga. He don't. You know what I mean? I was surprised. Like listen, some of the stories that niggas is giving me, I'm surprised niggas is willing to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, and then there's other shit, my nigga, that there's all type of motherfuckers that I'm gonna bring on this show that's gonna be nuts, bro. And it ain't gonna just be New York, I'm telling you. I ain't gonna be able to just do New York. I'm gonna have to expand to other cities and shit like that, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to expand to other cities because the game is big, you feel me? Like I said, I got a joint called Facilities anyway, where I'm gonna be talking about different jails. I don't care where the jail is at. As long as a dude got a story. I got a dude right now is telling me he was locked up with he allegedly was locked up with a dude that was allegedly charged with Freaky Taz murder.
Damn.
He said he was in the can with the dude. So I'm gonna holler at son and see what he talking about.
I let a jailhouse hunger strike so Muslim prisoners could eat during Ramadan because they serve both, you know, all the meals during light. So basically, the Bama's would just had to starve. And I guess it was like white privilege, but the fact that I was involved in it, they called me in the little office and everything. And this is a work release camp, so I could have got stepped back to like the penitentiary. But there's a hell of a story behind that. That shit got news coverage and everything. Shit, I'm trying to volunteer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nah, that shit was wild. It was like a Disney movie inside a work release.
I said that in the rhyme not too long ago. Jail on hunger strike. 2 guns alike broke off the fan. Coke on the land. The pen don't stop my money. I'm top dunny. Come through, popping summy off the car. God is a nigga. Brownsville jigger. R.I.P. the rigger. They miss you. This is so real. The dope and the steel. Reagan had us bugging for real. For real. Reagan had us bugging. We was too young for thugging and bucking. Yeah, my nigga, I said that shit in the bars. Jail on hunger strike. 2 guns alike broke off the fan. I'm like, yeah, my nigga.
That's visceral, brother. You know, this would be a perfect place to end it. But I had one more question, and you know, it will stick with the profoundness that you just expressed in those lyrics. Out of all the lessons, what have you found to be the most beneficial to you on a personal level?
You know, it's a whole bunch of lessons, bro. It's 122 lessons. You feel what I'm saying? But it's a lot, my bro. It's a lot. You feel what I'm saying? But
all right, how about one that at the time you learned it most contributed to you changing your behavior?
I mean, it's a famous degree that everyone, this is where the term comes from. People say word is bond. It says, have you not heard that my word shall be bond regardless to whom? Have you not heard that your word shall be bond regardless to whom or what? And that degree right there, my nigga, like when I learned that, when I internalized that degree, it's basically just teaching you how to keep your word. You feel what I'm saying? And that, as a man, that's the most important thing in the world, bro. If your word ain't shit, and I ain't just talking about like, cause we all busy, we all got shit we gotta do, so we can't do every little thing that you motherfucking told somebody you was gonna do all the time. When I say your word, I'm talking about your word as who you are, who you say you are, and what you say you about, and what you gonna do. You understand what I'm saying? And when you say, I shall give my life before my words shall fail, that's in that degree. I shall give my life before my words shall fail. That's deep, bro. That means that's when you take it to the level where it's like, yo, bro, listen, what I say I believe in, what I say I'm gonna do, what I say I'm about in this life, this shit gonna be, I'm gonna show it to you. You feel what I'm saying? So with that whole understanding, when I came into that whole understanding, it made me look at things differently because it wasn't no more you just running your mouth. Because if I tell you your word is bond, you understand what I'm saying? My word is bond. My shit's solid. You heard? My shit is solid. If I tell you it's going to take place, I'm gonna make it happen. It's real. It's going to happen. And that's how I patterned my whole rap career and all of that. If I ever get my hands on this bread, that's my word. I'm gonna fucking make this shit happen. And I fucking made it happen, bro. When I ain't have a studio, I used to be begging to get in niggas' studios. Begging to get in niggas' studios. Niggas used to be shitting on me. You feel what I'm saying? I said, if I ever get my hands on some fucking money, I'm getting my own studio in my crib no matter what. That's my word. It's bond. And when I got that bread, my nigga, I could have went and got a car. I could have went and got jewelry. I could have bought a new wardrobe, 100 pair of Timbs. I said, nah, nigga. I said, if I ever get some money, let me put in the studio in my crib. And I went straight to motherfucking Sam Nash, nigga, and I bought that studio. I put a whole studio in my crib, full recording studio in my crib. And after I did all of that, I was damn near broke. You understand what I'm saying? But I ain't give a fuck, nigga. I was able to record in my crib, what? And mix and have a professional sound in my crib? It was on. You heard? So that's the degree that, that should have changed your life, bro, because you gotta learn to keep your word to yourself. To yourself, because niggas be betraying themselves. Like, yo, word to mother, I'm gonna make a move this year and do this, and then you get your hands on some big money and shit, you get lazy, and you be like, yo, I ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't doing nothing, man. I'm chilling. I can't do that, bro. So I can't wait to get some money. My next goal, I'm trying to make a movie, bro. That's your real test. Can you make a movie that's an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours long, and that shit interesting, and motherfuckers actually watch it? That's the test. That's the next test I want to test myself with, bro.
Tom Gist did it. I don't see why you can't.
You said who?
Tom Gist did it. His shit on Amazon Prime, Better Days.
Yeah, shout out Tom Gist. That's fire. I mean, that's fire. I mean, but yeah, my bro, I'm talking about directing. I mean, I don't know who directed that shit. I'm talking about me directing my own motherfucking movie.
Yeah, he directed it.
Yeah, that's dope. But that's what the fuck I want to do, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Street shit, gangster shit, and all of that. You feel me? Street shit and gangster shit and all of that, but with a twist, my nigga. Not just some brutal, violent nigga shooting shit, but real street gangster shit, celebrity packed and filled. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to make a legendary movie, street movie that's free for YouTube. Real talk. That's my goal.
Should that be vicious?
Actually, you know how, yo, let me tell you, it's some crazy movies on YouTube, my nigga.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Almost all them rap movies is on there, like Choices and shit like that. Murder Music, all that shit.
Yeah, bro. So that's what I want to do. I want to make a fucking street, some wild gangster shit that I already got the synopsis in my head. You understand what I'm saying? And I already got the trailer for the shit, like, and the whole, you know, the whole motherfucking concept of the shit is in the little 3-minute trailer that I got for the shit. You feel what I'm saying? I got a couple of movie ideas that's bananas, but I just want to make a crazy street ass fucking movie, my nigga. That's raw. That's rough, rugged, and raw, my nigga. That motherfuckers just gonna smoke weed and watch that shit on repeat for months.
Shit, I got none but faith, man, and that's a perfect place to end it. You know, that degree you just said, I don't remember them all, but I heard this thing this week about the 5 agreements, and the one that stuck out to me the most was being impeccable in your word. So, like I said, I can't think of no better place to end on that. Super Facts Show, GenPop Recap Podcast, Super Facts Network, St. Laz. Make sure you subscribe to St. Laz on YouTube. You can get all the web series, Fat Vegetarian, Brooklyn Legacy, Rikers Island Legends, GenPop, Prison Stories, St. Laz music available wherever you get your music from. You got anything you want to shout out before we get out of here, brother?
Man, shout out to my whole team of story murderers. You heard, but yeah, man, a lot of dudes be asking me for this podcast. Make sure y'all bookmark these joints and make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast so that y'all ain't gotta miss nothing and look for nothing. When you sign on whatever you listen to your podcast on, the new episode will be there. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast, GenPop podcast, the Super Facts Show podcast, St. Laz and Mark Ward. Look that up. Subscribe, like, share, and holla at me.
The Super Facts Network, home of GenPop, STE, and the Super Facts Show, now available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts from. Come check out St. Laz, G from the Shop, and Mark Waldo Ward.